Hello friends, I'm going to start a chapter, Life Processes, and I divided this chapter basically in various parts. So I'm describing here part 1, which basically involves nutrition and mode of nutrition. Okay, so coming up to the introduction of this chapter. So first of all, the question is that what you all people understand by life processes. What is life process? So anyone, the answer to this question is very simple. Process that are essential processes that in the body that goes on and that is essential for living, that maintains life, can be defined as life processes. As and in this slide, it is mentioned by its description that process which maintain body function and important for survival are life processes. The similar thing. So now there are various processes that are important in our system for proper functioning of the system, but there are few systems that is very much essential or those can be considered as the limiting factor that is essential for maintaining life. What can be those examples? So first example given here is nutrition, then comes the respiration, then transportation and excretion. So now one can ask this question, why not reproduction is involved in this example, or why not nervous system is involved in this example, or why not endocrine system is involved in this example? Because when we talk about reproduction, when we talk about nervous system, and when we talk about endocrine, these systems are essential to maintain the control and coordination as well as generation of an individual, but it is not the limiting criteria that can define life. Okay, life definition involves only the four basic systems, that is the circulatory system, the respiratory system, the digestive system, and the excretory system. So these are the four basic systems that is involved in every organism for proper nourishment, for proper development, and for living and survival. So, in this way, we can understand life processes. So, what are life processes? Again, I am repeating, processes which maintain body functions and which are important for life or which are important for survival. Now, coming up to the most important criteria defining life process is nutrition. So, nutrition is so much important for all of us. So, what is nutrition? For nutrition, the process of taking in food is nutrition, we can say, or the process of taking in nutrients required for the growth and development of the body is nutrition. So, how can we define nutrition? The process that involves the intake of food, that involves the intake of is nutrition. Okay. Now, that is the process of intake of nutrients is nutrition. Now, what are nutrients? Nutrients are those molecules that nourishes the cell or that maintains body for growth and development. What nutrients can be? Nutrients can be carbohydrates, nutrients can be proteins, and nutrients can be fat. As well as when we talk about nutrients, various vitamins can be nutrients, various minerals can be nutrients. So nutrients has different types. Some are macromolecules and some are micromolecules. The nutrients we take in large amount are the macromolecules, or the large molecules are the macromolecules, and the small molecules are the micromolecules. So why nutrients is required? Nutrients are basically required for maintaining, for nourishing the cell, for giving energy to the cell. Now let's talk about mode of nutrition, how people take nutrition. So some can make food by themselves, these are the and some depends on other organisms for their food, and that is trophic. So let's describe the mode of nutrition. Now in this table you can see nutrition, and it is of two types. One given is autotrophic and another one is heterotrophic. Autotrophic mode of nutrition is by green plants and blue-green algae, and heterotrophic is described as here saprophytic, maybe saprophytic, that includes fungi and yeast, parasitic, that includes tapeworm, cuscuta, Plasmodium. Holozoic example is man. So let's describe the autotrophic nutrition first. Autotrophic came from two words. Auto means cell and troph matlab nutrition. The autotrophic nutrition is nutrition self-nutrition. That is making of self food. Making food for oneself is autotrophic nutrition. So here you can see this is a plant, green plant, and the leaves are there, green leaves are there, and these green leaves contain an important pigment in an organelle, that is chloroplast. The important pigment is chlorophyll. Why I am describing about chlorophyll here is because this chlorophyll traps the energy of sunlight. Okay, traps the energy of sunlight, that is traps light energy of sunlight and converts this light energy into chemical energy of food by taking the carbon dioxide gas from the atmosphere and water from the soil, thereby preparing food for the plant. And in this process, oxygen is released by the green plant, and hence green plants play an important role in oxygenation. So photosynthesis is so very much important, and this photosynthesis is actually the synthesis of food by light, and it is which mode of nutrition? It is autotrophic mode of. So when we talk about photosynthesis, let's come to know about the equation of photosynthesis. As I told you, carbon dioxide is taken by the green plants, H2O is taken by the green plants in the presence of sunlight. This and which pigment? Chlorophyll pigment. This chlorophyll pigment absorbs light energy of sunlight and converts into chemical energy of food. And hence what it will do? This equation will convert into glucose molecule and release oxygen. So I am balancing this equation. So here we can see carbon dioxide is reduced to molecule of glucose, and water has lysis of water has released oxygen in this process. So in this way, process of photosynthesis goes on, and it is the best example, one of the best example of photosynthesis, autotrophic mode of nutrition. So now coming to the most important type of nutrition, that is heterotrophic nutrition. So here you can see heterotrophic nutrition has three branches of nutrition. One you can see here is the holozoic nutrition, second is saprophytic nutrition, and third one is parasitic nutrition. When we talk about holozoic nutrition, the best example we humans show holozoic nutrition. Animals and some insectivorous plants also show holozoic nutrition. Amoeba shows holozoic nutrition. Now what happens in holozoic nutrition? Whole food is absorbed and digested and absorbed by the body. The organisms feed by ingesting solid organic matter, which is then digested and absorbed into their bodies. And the example is human, animals, and insectivorous plants. So in the holozoic, ingestion takes place and then digestion takes place in proper manner. So digestion takes place by the process of absorption and assimilation, and in this way this mode of nutrition is important. So it is the mode of nutrition of higher animals. Okay, and that we humans are the one of the most important example of holozoic nutrition. Now let's see about saprophytic nutrition. Saprophytic nutrition involves the feeding of dead and decaying matter, and these basically include bacteria and fungi, which digest the food externally. Actually, these fungi and bacteria sit on dead and decomposing matter, and what happened that they release certain type of chemicals. These chemicals digest the organic food, and further the digested food is directly means externally it is digested, and the digested food nutrients is directly absorbed. So in this way, the saprophytic nutrition comes into play. Now talking about parasitic mode of nutrition. Parasites. What are parasites? Parasites are the organisms which depends on other organisms for food. The other organisms on which it depends are the host. So parasite-host relation is positive and negative. So organism nutrients from living organisms obtains nutrients from living organisms. The parasite obtains nutrients by living on or in the body of the host. And the example of parasitism is basically tapeworm, flies, lice, etc. So these are the examples of parasitic mode of nutrition. So here the mode of nutrition is over, and hope you understood properly.